We've already spent some time talking about your story. How do I share my journey of faith? I want to offer another way here, and that is to share his story. Now, you're always going to share kind of your process, but how do I focus in on him? And there are some who would say, well, you have to start in the book of Genesis and get someone to believe in creationism first, and then all the way to Revelation, and they have to believe in a premillennial, pre-rapture, second coming, and then you've totally shared his story throughout Scripture. And by the way, it's all the gospel. Well, no, it's not all the gospel. There are majors and there are minors in the Bible. There are some would say you start with the law, and so you start with the Old Testament and go back to Pharisees and get someone to really understand the law, and then you can cover the cross, and then from the cross you can discover kind of freedom from the law, kind of the church and the afterlife and all of that stuff. Well, how much time do you want to spend on the law? There are Jewish rabbis who spend their entire life looking at the law. So maybe that's not the best way. So in this series, I'm just going to discuss a best practice for sharing his story. Now, the best practice is what we covered in sharing your story, that the conversation that you have with him is central. So what I'm going to do in this second half is dive a little deeper into that middle section and just talk about some components of that are going to help you as you're sharing your faith with other people.